Hi, I'm Larkin, and this is my English story. I grew up in a small town in Vietnam where English wasn't spoken much. When I was younger, I didn't know a single word of English. Whenever people around me spoke it, the words sounded completely confusing, like they came from another world. I felt lost and didn't understand anything. But now, after a lot of hard work, I can speak English confidently. I can talk with my friends, read books, and even write full sentences. It wasn't easy, but I made it. Let me take you back to the beginning. I still remember the first time I heard English on TV. It was during a movie. The characters were laughing, chatting, and having fun, but I couldn't understand a single word. I felt left out. I wanted to be part of that world, but the language barrier made me feel like an outsider. That was the moment I realized, if I wanted to understand and join conversations, I needed to learn English. In school, English was just another subject. The teacher wrote words on the board and said them out loud, but they all sounded strange to me. My classmates seemed to understand. They nodded, repeated the words, and even made sentences. I just sat quietly. I was scared that if I tried speaking, I would say something wrong and everyone would laugh. So I stayed silent and avoided eye contact, hoping the teacher wouldn't call on me. Then one day, everything changed. I made a decision that would transform my life. I decided I wanted to learn English, no matter how hard it was. I wanted to understand the shows I loved, talk with my friends, and do better in school. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I was determined. The first step was talking to my parents. I told them I wanted to learn English, and they were incredibly supportive. They said learning a new language was a great idea and that I should start with small steps. Their encouragement gave me the push I needed. I began with the basics, the alphabet. I practiced writing the letters over and over. At first my writing was messy. Some letters were too big, some too small, some barely readable. But I didn't give up. I practiced until the letters looked right. That small achievement gave me pride and motivated me to keep going. Next I moved on to simple words like cat, dog, and apple, words I saw in everyday life. I made flashcards with pictures and practiced every day. Each time I said a word out loud, it felt more familiar. Soon I could look at a cat and say cat, pick up an apple and say apple. These small wins felt huge. Daily practice became my routine. I set aside time every day, no matter how tired I was. Little by little, I began to understand more. Eventually, I started making simple sentences. I am Larkin. This is a book. They were basic, but to me they were big steps forward. Speaking with friends helped a lot. They were kind and patient. When I made mistakes, they corrected me gently. When I got things right, they cheered me on. Their support made a real difference. At first, speaking out loud was scary. I was afraid of saying something wrong. But over time, I learned that mistakes are okay. Each one teaches you something new. Slowly, I became less shy and spoke more. With every conversation, my confidence grew. Reading and listening were also important. I started with children's books. The language was simple and the pictures helped me understand the stories. I read the words out loud until they sounded right. Listening to English songs was fun too. I sang along even when I didn't know all the words. Little by little, the lyrics started making sense. Watching cartoons also helped. The characters spoke clearly and the stories were easy to follow. Writing was another key step. I began with short sentences like, I like cats or today is sunny. I wrote in a journal every day. Spelling was hard at first, so I used a dictionary. With practice, my spelling and writing improved. I didn't try to learn everything at once. I focused on small steps, one thing at a time. That made it easier to stay on track. Slowly, those small steps turned into real progress. One day I joined an English club. We met every week, talked about different topics, and played games in English. It was fun and gave me more speaking practice. I also found language partners online. We talked through video calls and helped each other. Having a study buddy made a big difference. Whenever I didn't understand something, I asked for help from my teacher, my friends, even my parents. They were always happy to explain. Asking for help reminded me I didn't have to learn alone. Learning English has changed my life in so many ways. It opened new opportunities. I can talk to more people, understand more things, and feel more confident in myself. I'm proud of how far I've come. If you are learning English right now, remember, you can do it too. Start with small steps and practice every day. Don't be afraid of mistakes, they are part of the process. If you feel stuck, ask for help. Keep going even when it gets tough. You've got this. I used to worry that people would laugh at me. Sometimes I even pretended to be sick so I wouldn't have to go to English class. But deep down I knew I couldn't keep running away. I had to face my fear. Looking back, those early steps, learning the alphabet, writing simple words, speaking out loud, were the foundation of everything. They taught me patience and perseverance. They taught me to celebrate the little victories. Learning anything new isn't a straight path. There will be ups and downs. But if you keep going and stay determined, anything is possible. Now when I speak English, I remember those early days, the challenges and the small wins. Those memories are part of my story. They give me confidence to keep learning and growing every day. If you're just starting, know that it's okay to feel nervous. It's okay to make mistakes. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Celebrate your victories, ask for help when you need it, and never give up when it gets hard. You can do it, just like I did. Thank you for listening to my story. Keep practicing, stay patient, and believe in yourself. See you next time.